Today, all you really need is a mat and a block, and then you might want a blanket. We're gonna be laying on our side a little bit, so you might want to fold the blanket up to support your head. Let's start, well, let's just take a big deep breath. Big deep breath in, big stretch like a toddler, however you want to. You can lean side to side a little bit. You can lean backwards. Whatever feels good. And then let's bring the hands down. And then just one more big deep breath in. And out. All right, and let's start on these shoulders with some controlled work. So not just our usual forward and backwards, but that where we're lifting with the palm facing forward and coming up, and then you get to that point where you have to turn the arm and bring the arm down, and now the back of the hand is pointing forward, and then you go backwards. So you're lifting to your capacity here, rotating the arm, and then coming back around, and now the palm faces forward. All right, so palm forward, you go up to your capacity, whatever that is. And then you rotate the arm like you're turning the palm backwards, right? And it'll sweep around and your knuckles will be forward. All right, so one arm at a time. Get up, rotate, coming around. Now your palm is facing forward. All right, so you go to your capacity. When you can't go anymore, you stop. And then you turn that arm as you bring it around. All right, and then one more time from the back, lifting as high as you can, rotating, and then coming around, the palm will be facing forward. All right, let's try that on the other arm. All right, so palm facing forward, go to your capacity, whatever that is, stop, rotate, and then come around. Palm will be facing backwards, right? And then you're going to push that palm up, rotate, and come around. Now your palm will face forward. All right, lifting that palm up. Stop when you need to, rotate. Everybody's stopping point will probably be a little bit different. All right, and then press back, lifting up, turn, and come around. One more time. Lifting that arm up. Rotate. Coming around, and then backwards. Lifting up. Rotate. And coming around. All right, and then just a couple of times, circle those shoulders backwards, and then circle those shoulders forward. All right, now we're going to lay down. I think we did this recently. I can't remember. If you want support for your head, which I recommend, then you can make a little pillow for the head. All right, and then you can lay down. Why don't you lay down with your right side down first? I'll do my left side down first. All right, so we're going to lay down this way. All right, and this arm is going to be sticking out, right? So you're not going to pull the arm bone back and be on the shoulder. You're going to push that arm forward and kind of feel a little bit more like you're on your shoulder blade. And let the elbow be right out from the shoulder. Your legs can do whatever feels comfortable. Your left hand can just be there for support. All right, so lift that hand up so the palm is facing towards your feet. All right, and then you're just slowly going to let that arm come down. And it may go all the way to the floor. It may not. All right, that's your external rotation. And then bring the arm back up. And then lower as low as it'll go. All right, lift it up. And lower it down. And now this time press the back of your hand down into the floor. So you feel those shoulder muscles contracting. If you're up, you could get a block if you need it to press into the block. All right, so press down into the floor, go to your maximum capacity of pressing down into the floor. And then lift the arm up. All right, so now we'll do just the opposite. You're gonna bring your arm down this way. Now, I can't go all the way to the floor. All right, most of us probably can't. So just let it hover there. If it hurts to hover, you want to have a block under your hand for support. You can put a block under your hand for support. All right, and then come back up. And then lower again. Just go to kind of where you feel something. It should be like, oh, okay, that's internal rotation, not a, oh my God, when does it end? Back up. And then lower again. And back up. All right, so this time we're going to bring the hand down into the internal rotation. You're going to place your other hand on the back of that hand, and you're going to push up. Right, so there's going to be resistance here. You're trying to push the hand back up, but you've got resistance. Right, so work to your maximum capacity of pushing those hands together. Gradually increase that. You're really going to feel something in that shoulder. Right, and then when we let this go, we're going to see, can you take your arm any lower? All right, so you're just going to see, can you press that hand down any more? All right, come back, come all the way over into the external rotation. All right, and then one more time, come to your internal rotation. Come to where it's it's you feel it, but it's not too intense. All right, and then other hand supports. All right, and then you're going to press the back of the hand into the palm of the hand. So you're trying to get that hand to go up. Work up to a maximum pressure that you can tolerate. Keep going, press, 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 press. And then when you release, can you bring that hand any lower? You see, we all can get a little bit lower, right? Okay, and then come all the way back around and release. We're going to do that one more time. All right, so coming up, bringing the hand over into internal rotation, bracing with the other hand. All right, and then you're just gonna push up, 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 up. And you're just, there's not an effort number here. It's what feels right in your shoulder. If it's too much, back off. If you're not starting to shake, press a little bit more. All right, and then release and see, can you drop that hand a little bit closer to the floor? It's like magic. All right, and then release. Just take that arm out straight. That will feel nice. And then you can either just turn yourself over or you can switch sides. It's up to you. All right, so remember, you're not bringing that arm bone into the socket. You're kind of reaching it forward a little bit. So you're kind of on the outer edge of your shoulder blade. And then you're going to bend elbow in line with shoulder, wrist above the elbow. And we're going to start by going backwards to your capacity and just resting it there. So if you need support, you could take support. You can get all the way to the floor, go all the way to the floor. Just rest there. This is that external rotation. Okay, and then coming back up. So this is just a passive. Doing more active on the other, we're just doing a little passive external rotation. Couple of breaths. And back up. One more time, down and just let it rest. Press it down into the floor if you can, so the hand presses down into the floor. You'll feel a little bit more work in that arm. Come back up, we'll do that one more time. It's down and press down into the floor. And back up. All right, and then this time we'll go to internal rotation. So we're not gonna do any of the forcefulness first, just resting at what you have. You need a block under your hand, you can have it. Couple of deep breaths. And then back up. Let's go all the way over. Then back up. Okay, and come over and just rest. See how much rotation you have on this side. The sides can be very different. Back up, let's go all the way over. All right, and then one more time, just in a passive resting. All right, and then back up and all the way over. All right, so now we're gonna add that resistance. All right, so just come to where you're like, okay, that's internal rotation. Place the palm on the back of the hand, and then you're gonna push up. All right, and you don't wanna feel pain, but you wanna feel effort. All right, so there should be a little bit of shaking going on. All right, so you're trying to move that arm into external rotation. All right, and then release and see, can you drop the hand closer to the floor? And then let's just come up and over to kind of release all of that. And then again, coming over just to your capacity, and then you're working the, I can never remember the difference between pails and rails, but the effort is in the opposite direction of the motion you want improvement in. All right, and then release. You see, you can get a little bit lower after you do that active work. All right, and then coming all the way back over. We'll do one more. I don't remember how we did it on the other side. We're gonna do 3 on this side. Coming over, pressing the back of the hand, or the palm of the hand into the back of the hand. And again, you work up gradually. Get to the point where you're feeling a little bit of shaking. Hold there. And then release. And see how low you can bring that hand. All right, and then release all the way back over. Let's just roll onto our back. You can keep your head on that support. If it's too high, it feels a little too high to me, you can open up the blanket a bit. And then just let your arms rest at a comfortable position. If it's down here, that's fine. If it's out to the side, that's fine. Just let those arms relax out to the side. Take a few breaths. All right, let's bring the knees in towards the chest. Pull the shins towards your head as you release your lower back to the floor. And then release. We're gonna roll over and go to a downward dog. And you can do the bend one knee, straighten the other, just as much as you would like to get those hamstrings and lower legs loosened up. So just back and forth, bend one leg, straighten it. We're gonna be touching the hamstrings quite a bit here.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I have a hamstring issue, so I will be gingerly.
Be gingerly. You can bend the knee a little bit if you need to. All right, and then both legs straight, pull back with the thighs, press forward with the hands. Drive those outer heels down towards the foot. All right, and look forward. Step your feet forward, take them as wide as the mat. And then be in your forward bend. Okay, whatever feels comfortable for you right at this moment. Be in your forward bend. If you need a block, you can grab a block for under your hands. Right, and then walk your hands over so you're at your right leg. So turn your belly, let it rest on your right thigh. With your left hand, you can catch your outer ankle. That right hand is for support. All right, you pull down with that left elbow to kind of get some stretch on the left side. You'll also notice more weight is in that right leg. All right, so it's more of a stretch on the right leg. All right, and then walk your hands back to center. Walk your legs over to the left leg. Catch the outer ankle with the right hand. And reach that right elbow down. Make sure your stomach is resting at your thigh. All right, it's not a big twist, but in fact, it's not a twist. You want to just be neutral there. All right, and then walk back to center. Soften your knees, hands on your hips. Inhale, come up. All right, now you're gonna grab a block. You're gonna put it on your sticky mat. All right, and we're just gonna start by stepping onto that block with our right foot. You wanna make sure, of course, that your heel is on the block. So if you have a foot that's bigger than the block, your toes are gonna hang off. All right, and then you're just gonna step up and let that left foot pretend it's on a block. All right, it's not, but flex the toes like you're standing on a block, and you're just gonna balance on that right leg. Now, if at any point you need to put the toes down, put the toes down. All right, but just notice that balance is not quiet. All right, there's movement in the arms. There's movement in that foot. The leg doesn't have to be completely locked. In fact, it's better if it's a little bit soft. That makes you use your muscles more. All right, now we're just gonna bend the right knee and touch the left heel down and come back up. This is called a Peterson step down. All right, try to maintain that balance. Up and down. Now watch that you're not letting, I'll see if I can do it so. Watch that you're not letting that right knee drop to the middle as you do this. All right, so really think about being on your outer foot and trying to push that knee more towards the pinky toe side of the foot. All right, and then hold balance. Getting a little fatigued in that leg. Hold your balance. All right, and then we'll step up. Woo. Feel that in that standing leg. That big tape. Okay, let's go to the other side. Let's do the left side. Just standing to begin with. Just standing, find your balance. Think about things like Vrikshasana in this pose, right? You want to find those four corners of the feet. You don't want to be more on the inner foot than the outer foot. You don't want to be more on the outer foot than the inner foot. Think about, we don't push that hip out when we're in Vrikshasana. We bring it in. Whee! That knocked me off balance. But soften the knee just a little bit. That makes you use the muscles. All right, now you're just going to dip that knee, touch that heel to the floor, and come back up. And then after your next dip, just hold. So you got a little fatigue going on there. Continue to hold. All right, and then step down. Ooh, that's intense. All right, now we're gonna do some stuff that's gonna kind of hit the outer legs a little bit. This is some of the crossbody work. So make sure your block is kind of middle of the mat. We'll stand on that right foot again. Right, and we're doing that up and down, but we're gonna move the foot. All right, so you'll do one down that's right next to the block like we just had. All right, and then you're going to cross the foot over to the other side of the block. All right, so down next to the block and then cross and just kind of touch the outer foot. And if you need some balance, you can bring a chair in or go to the wall. Right, but just notice in your brain. Okay, so step off for just a second. We're gonna do 2 times just to the normal right side or left side, staying on the left side. And then we're gonna do one where we cross over. And I just want you to kind of see, can you feel a shift in your brain having to cross that leg over? Right, so come up onto your right leg. And then we're gonna go down once, down twice, and then cross that leg over and touch down. There's just a little difference that happens. I don't know if you notice it. Crossing over. This whole idea of crossing the midline affects the brain. Couple more. Down, down, and then cross over. And back up. All right, let's relax that. Feeling that in that right leg. Okay, and we'll do a couple, just down, cross, and then we'll do 2, and then cross. All right, standing up on that left leg. Find your balance. All right, and then we'll go down, and then we'll cross. Down, and cross. Down, and cross. All right, now let's do 2. Go down, down, and then cross. Down, down, and then cross. 2 more like that. All right, and then you can step off that block. Give it a little rest. You want to kind of march your legs a little bit. All right, and now to kind of blow your mind a little bit more, we're going to take this block under the right foot, have the left foot a little bit wide. And both legs are going to stay straight. All right, so we're going to dip down to touch at the left leg, the one that's on the floor. Come up And then we're gonna dip down to touch the one that's at the right on the block. All right, so just up and down, touch the block or touch the floor. You can't quite touch the floor on the side that's on the block, that's fine. Maybe one hand touches, the other hand doesn't. Okay, so just up and down. And then we're gonna change it up a little bit. All right, so after you go to the block side, stand up. All right, so we're gonna take the arms up. If it's not comfortable to have your arms up and do this, hands on the hips is fine. All right, because the lower back gets involved a little bit here. So turn, you're gonna come over towards the foot on the floor and sweep across to the block. And come up. And then come over to the block side, sweep across to the other side, and come up. All right, so we're just drawing a big U, side to side. Keep both legs straight. Let's do one more from the non-block side to the block side. Let's finish. Do one more, block side to non-block, that we're finishing the whole loop. All right, and then step that foot down. Kind of bend the knees a little bit. And we'll switch, take the block under the other leg. It's okay on your hamstring?
I'm keeping that knee bent.
Okay.
Because I definitely feel it.
Okay. All right, so first just touching down to each side. It's gonna be different in each leg. So just down and up. A few times just to get used to this motion. One more round. All right, and then stop upright. All right, and again, arms can be up or hands can be on your hips. It's entirely up to you. All right, so we're gonna come up. We're gonna go over to the non-block side down, sweep across, and come up. And then down at the block side, sweep across and up. All right, so you can kind of go at your own pace through that. Just side to side. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you go over. And one more round. You'll finish when you come down to the block and sweep over to the other side. Right, and then you can step down and bend the knees a little bit. All right, and then let's take that block, push that block off of the mat to begin with. You're gonna lay down flat, and then you're gonna bring that block at its flattest level under your sacrum. So rather than a flat Shavasana, we're gonna do kind of a not quite Setu Bandha, not quite Viparita Karani. Right, so you're just gonna have that block comfortably under the sacrum. Legs bent, you can take the feet as wide as you would like and let the knees drop in towards the center. Tuck your shoulder blades. Let your arms be anywhere below shoulder height, including resting on the torso. You want to Let the hands feel the breath. Take a few nice deep breaths here. Long, slow exhalations. Okay, and then bend your knees in towards your chest. You can kind of scoot that block so it helps you tip the sacrum towards the floor. You'll feel a lot of length in the back. And then set the feet back down and remove the block. Want to go straight legs for a breath or two, you can go straight legs or stay bent. And then watch that block. Roll to your side. Want to hit the block. Press with your arms to sit up. Keep your head low, your eyes closed. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to class, continuing your practice. Slowly raise your head, slowly open your eyes. Have a lovely day.